Good morning.
Good morning, mate.
Let's talk then about that missed penalty from a man who took plenty during his career. Would something like that have affected you?
I don't know until you're in that circumstance, but you have to kind of reset yourself. Bruno goes, picks the ball up, takes himself away, and goes again. Are we actually blaming the referee? That his mindset that he actually takes a bad penalty? Like he's missed the penalty. That's a scenario. He comes out and says, like, yeah, the referee didn't apologise to me. That's one thing. But then he says, it's not his fault that I took a bad penalty. Which just get on with it. Reset yourself, take the penalty you've missed, and then for the manager to come out and say that it affected him for the remainder of the game, well, because he has so much responsibility. He's a Manchester United captain. He is the penalty taker. He's ultimately the match winner for them 9 times out of 10. But yesterday it just felt like, because of one small incident that happened with the referee, that it affected his whole game. Well, if that's a scenario and the manager can see that, take him off.
There's 2 points, I guess, to it. The back part of what we heard from Bruno Fernandes there, he says, it upset me because the referee didn't apologise. That is what triggered me in that moment. But that's not the excuse for missing the penalty. So, in a way, saying I'm not making an excuse for it, but you're mentioning it. So, therefore, you are trying to make a little bit of an excuse for it.
We can all see the referee accidentally bumped in, but he doesn't even know. Bruno's stepping back. The referee's making sure everyone's out the box and he's walking around. He's not exactly barged into him heavily, has he? He's not bumped into him, that's it. And then Bruno makes a big meal of it, that he goes to the ball, waving his arms about. I don't know. I think sometimes we do look at Bruno's reactions a lot because he's the Tasmania, is Manchester United captain, but ultimately he don't help himself a lot of the time.
And that was what I found interesting, and I'm predicting a conversation, but interesting when the players came back out for the second half, that he's still talking to the referee. Now, that might be a totally separate conversation, but it sort of gives the impression that he's still a little bit affected by the penalty miss.
It could have been about anything, but I think we look at it now, especially what Ruben Amorim's kind of said and said that, like, affecting his performances, we could see. I think we go through it, you have to let it go. But he's Manchester United captain, right? The spotlight's going to be on him all the time, regardless. That's the issue. But come on, you missed a penalty, you took a bad one. The referee hasn't. He's literally just bumped into you. Hasn't given you a big push or anything like that. It was accidental. You got to move on from it. But unfortunately, yesterday he allowed it to affect his whole performance.
And that is more the key point there. That Ruben Amorim says it, that he was clearly affected by it. Gary Neville touched on it as well. You will know as a striker, I assume, the big thing is you've missed easy chances in your time. You can't then go around the rest of the game thinking about it.
That's the thing. Like, ball comes across 6 yards out, keep making saves, or you completely fluff the chance. You think, right, in your mind, you think, right, next one, I'm going to put it in. The next one. And even if you miss the next one, 2 or 3, you want to get in that position to score again. He's missed a penalty, which we all know that normally he puts away. His penalty record speaks for itself. As the chances come yesterday, he's still going to be worrying about the penalty miss. And I know I've said it before, but look, it affected his performance yesterday. It really did, where Manchester United needed him and they needed their captain.
We are going to get another perspective from it as well. Sky Sports have partnered with Fanalysts, an app where passionate fans known as Fanalysts share their opinions on their club. If you want to represent your club, you can do. Just scan that QR code on your screen and visit the Sky Sports app for more details. Manchester United Fanalyst Adam Stott joins us now. Good morning. How did you see the incident?
Morning, fellas. Hope you're both doing well. Yeah, like most Manchester United fans, I think Charlie pretty much summed it up there. Get on with the game. You missed a penalty. Yes, I know all players have their set routines and everything has to be precise and the whole walk back, certain amount of steps and things like that, but you just do it again. Get on with the game, take the penalty, score. Bruno blazing one over, I think was kind of strange for us anyway, because he usually just slots them in nice and low. So I think it was all his just technique, really. I don't think the actual bump into the referee should really be looked into. It's a penalty. He probably takes about 50 to 100 of them all the way through the week in different training sessions. He knows what he's doing. And again, would we have been talking about it if United have won the game? Probably not. And that's how I'm honestly going to look at it right now. No excuse.
I'm glad you come up with that and said that, because like, if Man United won the game, then would we be talking about it? But it's down to like his performance. The way he performed yesterday was almost like reflection of he missed a penalty and he's allowed it to affect him the whole time, instead of like, look, just getting onto it. But also I find that we're always going on about him because of the way he reacts in certain scenarios through disappointments. But also remember, he is Manchester United's captain. I know that's been a big thing we spoke about for years and years, about them having a main leader. that's what sometimes I feel like he comes under that bit where he lets himself down like he did yesterday.
Yeah, the petulant side of things, I think, is what you're alluding to there, Charlie, because the fans, a lot of opposition fans would always say, we've had fans singing in the away sections at Old Trafford, singing he's going to cry in a minute because he's constantly moaning at the referee and they're trying to get his way. I mean, a lot of the foreign players are different to English, and I understand the mentality side of things is different, the game's played differently, but I think that's why he comes under more scrutiny as well, because he is like that, actually, with every single decision on the pitch. Everything has to be bang on, and it could be just a little incident on the pitch and he's straight at the referees, and that's United's captain. And when you're not performing well, when you're not winning, when Bruno's not scoring goals and he's had the poor season that he's had to the start of the season, all the scrutiny then turns to the negative side of his game, and it's easy when United are where they are to go for the top. For instance, off the pitch, it's the ownership, then it's the manager, then you go to the captain on the pitch when things are going wrong. And Bruno is there, and he doesn't help himself, like you said, Charlie, with the way he naturally is in every single game.
I guess the defence, the counter argument would be, imagine where Manchester United would have been last season without Bruno Fernandes in particular, and what he contributed to the team. Let's bring in another point of view on Bruno Fernandes and his future. We have been asking for your voice notes. We've had the one this morning from Manchester United fan John. This is what he's had to say about how he sees Bruno Fernandes' role at United moving forward.
Bruno has been good for us for the time he's been at Manchester United, but I think now I think they need to cash in on him.
Adam?
Yeah, that Saudi link has been there throughout the summer. We've had, I think, 3 different Saudi clubs come in now. One from the start of the window, £100 million bid. Can we rebuild a whole new midfield? I will tell you this right now, most Manchester United fans looking at Ruben's system and trying to shoehorn Bruno into a number 8 role is clearly not working. A lot of fans picked up on Smith Rowe and Iwobi's interview with Sky yesterday, explaining how they found it easy to get through Manchester United's midfield. If the opposition can see it, the fans can see it, then it is clearly there, and there is a big problem. Like, Bruno is a 10, and I think a lot of people now are looking at this like, if you are going to go out and invest in 2 more 10s in Cunha and Mbeumo, then surely you would need to put money into the midfield as well. But why are we getting replacements for Bruno and still playing Bruno is the question that a lot of Manchester United fans have asked this summer. We effectively started the game yesterday with 5 number 10s in Ahmad, Mounts, Bruno, Cunha and Mbeumo in a system that allows you to play 2. It's a problem we've got
Adam,
right now.
Would you have sold Bruno? Would you have sold Bruno, Adam? Would you have sold him?
Would I have sold Bruno Fernandes? I had this debate with every single Manchester United fan myself. If I knew that money was going straight back into Manchester United, £100 million, you cannot turn down for a 30-year-old player if it's going